class members selected to address us this evening. Greg Olcott grew up in upstate New York and attended college at Senior University of Buffalo. He then moved to Barcelona and taught English for a year. Mr. Olcott returned to the United States and relocated to Montgomery County and started working at Loiederman in 2009. He is finishing up his master's in school counseling and will be doing his internship next year, hopefully in Montgomery County. Mr. Olcott is going to miss the students at Loiederman and knows they will accomplish great things in the future. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Olcott.
First things first, you guys look awesome. Hello everyone, thank you all for coming out tonight to celebrate this tremendous event with all of us. I want to take a minute to give some thanks to some people. First, I want to give a round of applause for all the parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, sisters, brothers, and guardians who make all these students' lives possible. I also want to give a round of applause for all the teachers, administrators, and staff members who work so hard with these kids out there. Obviously, the reason we're all here. Let's give a round of applause for the 8th graders who are making the trip to 9th grade this fall. Now, I'm going to introduce myself a little more because chances are most of y'all in here don't know who I am. I do! Yeah. My name is Greg Olcott, and I've had the pleasure of working at Loiederman for the past 2 years as a paraeducator. I've worked primarily with 8th graders, but I worked with some of these students when they were 7th graders, so some of them I know really well for the last 2 years. As said before by our SGA president, I don't know where he went. There you are. As said before by him, I'm finishing up my master's in school counseling. And I'm going to miss Loiederman when I leave. But, I've gotten the chance to form some pretty incredible relationships with these students over that time, and I will, without a question, remember these students for the rest of my life. I've learned more from you all, than you guys will ever know, and I'm really going to truly miss being with you. I'm hurting my back. I have to see if I can. Does this work? All right. First, I'm going to go over some of the things I've learned here. I've learned lots of things, but I want to start off with some pretty hilarious lingo that I've been exposed to over these past few years. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you what I learned, and then translate it for you guys out there. And some of you may not know this. What's Gucci, Mr. Olcott? What's Gucci means, Mr. Olcott, how are you? Mr. Olcott, you're a Bama. That took me a while to translate, but it's something along the lines of, Mr. Olcott, you're one cool guy. Here we go. Mr. Olcott, I'm about to cook you up. Again, let me translate. Hey, Mr. Olcott, I'm going to try and make fun of you. Mr. Olcott, you're looking extra crispy today. That's not what I thought it meant. I thought it was a compliment at first, so I was wrong. So that phrase most closely means, hey, Mr. Olcott, I don't like the clothes you're wearing, and I'm probably going to make fun of you soon. And these are all my favorites, but my favorite one probably, Mr. Olcott, You are so ugly and fat. To me, that meant, hey, Mr. Alcott, I have nothing to say, but I like hearing myself speak. And I'm going to say you're fat and ugly. So those are just some of the funny things I've learned in my time at Loiederman. I've also learned many real important lessons that I'm going to bring with me into my career as a school counselor for the rest of my life. I've learned how smart our kids are getting every year. Every year they're smarter than the year before. It's pretty incredible. They've helped me learn how to laugh when things don't go the way I want them to. We need to greet life curveballs with a good sense of humor and proactive fascination. These students have also taught me that making mistakes can open doors to exciting possibilities. We all make mistakes. I actually made a mistake today. I'm going to show you in a second here. Hang on. A pair of green socks on, and a pair of black socks on, or one sock each. That's my swag, that's another one I learned. The lesson I learned today is to live socks in this hat. Don't put your socks on in a dark room. Now I'm going to tell you guys a little story about my middle school years. I don't really reminisce in the class that often, but it may come as a surprise to you guys that I actually had a tough time in middle school myself. When I was